This ultrasonic cleaner right here can make a nasty old piston look brand new again. Let me show you how it works. This piston right here has been holding me up for a couple days on my rebuild because I'm having a hard time finding anything that can get the carbon out of there. Now, I've tried, you see all that stuff, and I got to dig through each one of those little oil passages too. Now, the upper rings, you can see there's still some trouble in there as well. And I've tried a lot of things, okay? I've tried hand brushing quite a bit. I've also tried soaking this in diesel. It's been soaked for like a week in diesel. It's also been soaked in chem dip. I even went as far as to grab this little thing, was a nylon brush, and I ran it on a drill real slow to try to get it in there, and I still just really can't get a whole lot of stuff to break that up. So I guess the next step is you got to use some type of machine, and well, a brand called CREWORKS sent this to me. Let's see what's inside the box here. I'm gonna rip this thing open real quick. There we go. Ah, there we go. This thing looks pretty nice from the get-go, and it's pretty substantial in terms of weight. This is well packed. This isn't like cheap styrofoam. You don't hear it squeaking, right? It's because it's not the cheap stuff. It should be the top, yes. And we've got a hose. Hey, we got the power cord. That's pretty self-explanatory. In this baggie, we've got, what, instructions, and it looks like, yeah, a coupler here, a hose clamp, and then I don't know exactly what to call that thing, but I'll show you where it goes. And here's the unit itself with the basket, and the basket is pretty lightweight, and this is the heavier part. This part's like kind of substantial here. Everything else is real lightweight. Oh, there we go. Get that over there. And you can see there's nothing left in there, and it's got, again, the really good packaging on the bottom and little holes for the feet. So this thing, it's very well packaged. Way to go, whoever designed the packaging here. It passes the unboxing test. It was well packed. I don't know why I have only got one glove on. I think I lost the other one somewhere along the way. Maybe I started the video with one glove on. I don't know. Ultrasonic cleaner. This thing feels good too. It's got like a texture to it. See that right there? I like the knob concept over the touch buttons. If they feel good, they're not like all whippy and cheap feeling. Feels well made, and it's got handles on both sides to make this a little bit easier to move around. Feels well made there. See what the back side looks like. There's your on-off switch, and your plug goes right there. It's got nice feet on it too. Let's flip this bad boy over. Feet and fans. I think I can get this all in one if I really try. Ooh, well, it goes under the handle, so when I say all in one, I mean like all in two. There you go. If you're real picky and thorough like me, you might want to take the handle off to get the rest of that shrink wrap off of there. It's just going to be 4 screws real easy. Pop, 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 pop. So I revealed the extra that I wanted to peel off of there because that would have driven me nuts. Handle's back on. Only took me like 30 seconds to make sure all that shrink wrap was off of there. It's 4 screws on the bottom. That's it. So now we're going to get this thing spot to rest and set it up and start cleaning. So here it is on a 4-foot by 2-foot workbench, so you can kind of get an idea how big it is. It measures in at 12 inches deep by approximately 11 inches tall. And let's call it 20 1/4. It's a decent sized machine, so you can fit a lot of good stuff in here. Let's get into this bag of goodies here, see what we got. It's always nice when a company gives you a very detailed breakdown of the product diagram so you know if you've got all the parts or if you need a replacement, hey, you can actually see it. Step 1 is screw the pipe fitting into the drain on the right-hand side of your machine. The pipe fitting is this thing right here. It's got a threaded end that is going to screw into there. And it's got a barbed end that I'm going to, I assume, press this hose onto as a drain. So this is going to screw into, let me get a little bit of space, gonna screw into there. All right, so I hand tighten that on there. I think that's gonna hold enough, but if it doesn't, you're gonna wanna grab a set of pliers, grab right here, and then grab a pipe wrench and rotate that to the right. Step 1 was easy, step 2 is pretty easy as well. All you do is push this hose over the end of the barbed pipe that you put in there, the fitting. If you want to put the hose clamp on there first, it helps out. If this won't go on there easily, sometimes a little WD-40 in there will help you out, or just even a little bit of water can. This is going on there pretty well. All right. When you install this hose clamp, what you want to do is be past the ribbed section, the little barbs that were on that tube. You want to be on this flat part. So get up past all that, get up to the flat part, make sure you're all on the flat part, not like dangling half and half. All on the flat part, and then you can use a screwdriver or a nut driver and you can get that thing tightened on there. All right, we jumped into step 3 already. That was to slide the hose clamp on and clamp it down. Okay, we've already done 2, 3, and 4. We combined those already. We're cruising through this thing. Step 5 is carefully pull and twist the water pipe to confirm that it is securely attached. All right, so we're gonna, yeah, I'm pulling, I'm twisting, it's on there. Okay, so that was easy. Step 5 is easy. Step 6. Fit the strainer into the tank's drain. That was what this thing is, the drainer strainer here. This magic looking disc. Little guy right here just goes in there. There we go. I feel like is in there. It says screw it in. This one was more of a press it in. So now we've got the operation. Remove the lid. Already done that. Close the drain plug valve. Okay, that is closed. Open would be like this. Closed is like that. Now the next step inside of step 1 here is to fill the tank with the appropriate fluids. Put the items to be cleaned in the basket. Do not set items in the tank itself. Don't put anything down on here. After the 30 minutes of soaking and vibrating in there, you can take your part out, treat it however you need to treat it, depending on what it's made out of. And then when you want to drain this thing, when it's cooled off a little bit, you just do that, and this end goes into a bucket, and all your stuff's draining out. From out of the box to being set up and ready to work was an absolute breeze. Probably took me about 3 minutes total. So let's give this thing a trial run. Let's see if it can actually get this piston clean that I could not get it clean by hand. Test fit. This is going to fit one piston, no problem. I can fit it this way. I mean, 4 would be easy. And so now I'm going to fill it up and turn it on. This is how nasty this thing is inside the ringlands, okay? I can't really get to that by hand. I'm a DIY guy trying to clean my own stuff, and there's just no way to get certain brushes into these areas and do it by hand. We're going to use this ultrasonic thing and add one thing to the mix. Because there's so much room in there, I figured I might as well add this oil pickup tube. You can see in there how hard would that be to get that gunk out of that inside of the screen out of there. I've tried spraying this with brake cleaner. There's really just no way to get everything out of there, except when you put it in an ultrasonic cleaner. Parts are fully submerged in there, which is what I wanted. I don't want any part not in there because that might not get the cleaning done. Just a flick of a switch in the back. I'm going to go temperature, crank it. Okay, max out. And then I'm going to go timer. The 30 minutes is up. Let's do initial look. So lift it out of there. And I'm going to check these things out. So here's the results on the pickup screen after just a half hour in water and a little bit of dish soap. And it got, I'd say 99% of the stuff out of there. There's no way to reach any of that by hand because the screen does not come off. I did use dish soap in that first round with water and the first piston in this. The second round is going to be just pistons, the 2 worst pistons I have. And I'm going to up the game for the detergent to Simple Green Pro. I'm working with aluminum. That stuff's good on all metal, so I kind of need that. Okay, they're not too hot to grab. So you can see there's still a little bit of carbon in there. Let's see if it just brushes away. Oh, it certainly does. Look at that. Yeah, that's going to come out of there. I had my worst 2 pistons running in this for about 90 minutes total. I did 3 rounds of 30 minutes. Let's get them out of here and see what they look like. Ooh, they're still really hot, so I'm going to let them cool off just a second before we get in there. But you can see these are extremely clean. Oh, the steam's starting to hit me. Okay, we're going to let this cool off just a second, and then I'll get them out of there. You can see it's still steaming from the bath, but look at how clean those ringland areas are. It was nearly impossible to clean these by hand because stuff was sludged up inside those holes and on the tops and bottoms and the sides of the ringland areas. So it was really tough to scrub all that stuff. It was taking me hours by hand to get my pistons anywhere close to where I would call them almost acceptable. And I'd say these are clean enough to go in the engine. That is amazing. As this drains, you can start to see the results of what it took off. Oh, you can hear it sucking down the last little bit of gross. Holy cow. That is quite a bit of stuff that I would have just never, ever been able to get out by hand. Not even a trace of that nasty stuff that I originally started with. All that carbon buildup and sludge that there was no way to get out by hand. It's turned out looking basically brand new for me. Woo! I'm a believer. So what are my final thoughts on this ultrasonic cleaner? It's a 1000% yes, it's totally worth it. It has saved me so much time and energy that I will be able to get this engine rebuilt a lot sooner than if I was attempting to get all these tiny little holes and such cleaned out by hand, because that was, it was taking me days to even get through 1 or 2 pistons. And now it's taking me like an hour to clean up. I could probably fit 3 or 4 of them in here. So I'll be done in no time getting ready to button this thing back together. So if you're thinking about something that needs to be cleaned and you're having trouble cleaning it, I would check out CREWORKS Ultrasonic Cleaners. This cleaner went above and beyond my expectations of what was going to happen to the stuff I put inside of there. And I want to thank CREWORKS for sending me this thing and let me test it out, and then also giving you guys a discount code. The discount code is TORQUE. Torque, Torque, that's how you spell it. All you gotta do is put the discount code in on their website, and I'll put the link to order these down in the description as well. They do come in a bunch of different sizes depending on what you need, and I think they make great gifts, especially like a holiday gift. If you know anybody that's into cars, has dirty car parts or dirty tools, or are constantly cleaning things by hand, even jewelry and stuff like that, these ultrasonic cleaners are a heck of an upgrade. And if you're thinking about purchasing one of these, they are running a special for the holiday season here in 2024. They're gonna send you a free 34-ounce jug of cleaning solution so that you don't have to spend your extra money on that. That's a $30 value. They're just gonna send it to you for free. This thing was absolutely a game changer and a time saver here in my shop. Downright one of my favorite machines in the garage now.